Memories with Paw Paw, Chapter 1.
All aboard!
My grandfather yelled, with a deep billowing and cheerful yell, with a 5-year-old version of myself sitting right by his side. Wearing a hat 5 sizes too big, I set the model locomotive train in motion. I would watch the puffs rise to the ceiling of my grandparents' basement until they would disappear. The hat. It was the conductor's hat my grandfather wore when he worked at the Santa Fe Railroad. Paw Paw said I looked like a natural wearing that hat atop my head, covering my golden brown hair underneath. I would be in my Oshkosh Bagosh overalls with that conductor hat on, wearing a big smile on my face. We would watch for hours as my grandfather's model train would travel through the tiny town he had made. First stop, the post office. Next stop, the grocery store, to pick up some hard candy and some watermelon. And then one last trip for our train on the way home. Don't tell Grandma, that's what Paw Paw would say. It would stop by the little miniature Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant to pick up a bucket of chicken. It was just me and Paw Paw, living in our own railroad choo-choo train world. Grandma would come downstairs every once in a while and bring us cookies and milk, along with Grandpa's pipe.
"You boys have fun now,"
my grandma would say, as she'd walk back upstairs and quietly close the basement door. Back when her and Paw Paw were still young, she worked as a waitress at Terry's restaurant in their quiet small town where they grew up, while Paw Paw was stationed overseas, fighting the good fight for our country. After the war was over, Paw Paw came back home, wearing his military fatigues and looking like a true hero. Grandma was there at the train station, waiting for Paw Paw to leave the passenger car. And there she saw Paw Paw in all of his glory that April afternoon, his medals glistening in the sunlight. Paw Paw knew, too, that this was the time to ask the question. Before he could ask for her hand, he had to make sure to ask her father for permission. Of course, Great Paw Paw had to make sure his church fees were paid in full, since he was a pastor of the town, and sure enough, Paw Paw's mother, Great-Grandma Ethel, covered his tab while he was off overseas serving our country bravely. And so Great Paw Paw, sitting in his study, books behind him, bifocals hanging from the tip of his nose, he cracked and gave an assuring smile to Paw Paw, sitting across from him. Great Paw Paw said, "I appreciate all you done for this country. They may call you a hero, they may call you a soldier, a guardian, or an upstanding citizen, but..." Paw Paw sat in anticipation, nervous smile, sweat collecting around the neckline of his shirt, trying hard to make the obviously loud gulp sound less loud by swallowing slowly. But with a big smile on Great Paw Paw's face, he said, "I think I'd rather just call you my son." Paw Paw and Great Paw Paw got up out of their black leathered cushioned chairs, stood up, and shook hands. Paw Paw making sure that his handshake was strong enough to let Great Paw Paw know that he made the right decision. "You have my blessing, son." "Thank you, sir. Dad." Paw Paw and Grandmother got married that next month. As a child, I could see the love in Paw Paw's eyes that he had for his family, his life, and model trains. It's something I'd never forget. Nothing but good old memories with Paw Paw.
I had no idea where to get a gift. I just don't know what to do.
So I went to 1-800-Flowers.com.
And that changed the game.